successfully installed and able to run our React.js application. Now, I'm going to explore the folder structure inside VS Code. Now, if you look at the folder structure, so there is mainly two folders there, public and src. So let me go to the browser and see what the content is coming. So now if I going to find out the content inside the folder structure, I need to find out from which file these contents are coming, this logo and this text is coming. So let me go to the public folder and see the index.html. Now, if you look this file carefully, then you will understand, okay, the title is React app and here it is React app. So this title is coming from this index.html only, right? No, but inside the body, whatever the content or whatever the code has been written in HTML, this is not exactly same what we are able to see in the application, like what is getting displayed inside our browser. Okay, now let me go inside the src folder, then index.js. If you look at this file, so it is simply looks like a JavaScript file, but if you carefully look at this file also, there is some HTML code we can see, right? So this is not exactly JavaScript or not exactly a HTML file. Okay, so this is the mix of JavaScript and HTML. And if you look at this file, it is rendering something that is called app, and this app is coming from the dot/app. So it is coming from app.jsx. So this file extension is not .js, it is JSX. And if you see the content of this file, the file code, whatever written inside the file, this is not like a JavaScript or HTML. Here the HTML and JavaScript are written combinedly. So this is called JSX. This file is not JavaScript, not purely HTML. So JSX, what is JSX? If you talk about the JSX is a you can say it is an extension, or it's give us the feature to write JavaScript and HTML together. Now let me explain what is JSX. So JSX stands for JavaScript XML. Okay, it is the short form of JavaScript XML, and it is allows to write HTML in React. Okay, in our React.js application, we are not going to create any .html file. We have to write our HTML code inside JavaScript code, and a file name extension would be .jsx, or sometimes we simply .js, we write .js, that is also work. Now the third point, if you see, JSX makes easier to write and HTML and add HTML in React. Right, so as I already told that in React.js we are not going to create any HTML file separately. We have to write our JavaScript code as well as our React code, as well as the HTML code together. So by using JSX we can do it, but our browser is not understand JSX directly. So when we write our code in JSX and we compile it, okay, so it's convert to JavaScript, pure JavaScript. Okay, now we, as we know that our browser is not understand JSX directly, then how we can we can run it inside the browser. So actually before when we run our React.js application, there is a dependencies in our React.js. It is called Babel. You see it is not installed here. Okay, it is actually installed, but it is not showing inside our package.json. But what Babel does, Babel convert our JavaScript, not JavaScript, it's convert our JSX into pure JavaScript. So how it's work actually? So actually if we write JSX, so JSX code will be look like this. We can create an element. This is the header element, and inside the header element we can write our text or header title like hello world, and we can simply render it inside our component or inside our any browser actually, right? But when the Babel compile this, when it's get compiled and run inside the browser, this code actually transformed like this way. It simply create like this a react.create element. So this HTML code automatically get converted into react.create element, and then inside this react create element function they are like tag, what is the tag, what is the text, that automatically get converted when we transpile transpile our JSX code by using Babel. So if you want to write the code using the plain JavaScript, it is very difficult. Like we have to write react.create element, then we have to pass the tag and the content and everything, right? But JSX create it similar. Like by using JSX we we can create our component, or we can write our code. It's a simple way. Simply we can write the HTML, and when we compile it through Babel, it's automatically get converted to the normal JavaScript, and it is get when we run inside the browser will understand easily. So that is JSX. Now let me look at the code inside the app.jsx. So inside the app, if you see, this is a normal function, and inside this function it is returning some HTML code. So this app is nothing but it is called a component inside React. So what is component? So actually in React everything is a component. Like whenever the small piece of code whatever we are rendering inside the browser, we can consider as a component. So we have to create multiple component to create a application, right? Inside this component we can write our HTML code, and which will get rendered inside our browser. So in the next video we'll talk about component in React. Okay.